on the start of a new chapter for the show, because you've been here like a couple times before, and it was like, man, this speed dating is crazy.
I was exhausted, and now I have a...
She gave me the rose.
Yeah.
I have a forever partner.
She gave me the
Whenever
rose.
we talk about it, it feels like Bachelor vibes.
Yeah.
Like
Just
my
feel like-
forever friend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's fun though. Do you remember the first time that y'all met? You've known each other for a minute.
So I think it's Oprah says a quote, or Maya Angelou, you know, people may not remember what they say or what you say, but they remember how you make them feel. That's what I remember about Jenna. Like, I remember after leaving her, calling my mom, and I said, she could be my friend. No, like, really.
Yeah.
Like, she's fun, she's witty, she's warm, she's from Texas, I'm from Kansas. Like, I just thought, you know what? She's my kind of girl.
Yeah.
And that was years and years ago, maybe a decade ago.
I know. We've worked together for a long time, but for sure, when I met Sheinelle and my mom, all moms love Sheinelle Jones.
Yeah.
But my mom, Laura Bush, loves Sheinelle Jones. And she's like, is Sheinelle as cute as she looks on TV? And I'm like, she sure is.
You know what? I will say, I'm going to compliment you both on this, actually. You both engage, you look people in the eye. Like, I don't think everybody does that. I think you're both very present. It's nice.
When I sit down next to
respectful.
Jenna, it feels like, okay, what are we going to talk about today? It's a safe place.
I know,
we
what
can
is the
laugh,
vibe?
we can
Yeah.
cry, we can joke, we can talk about our kids, we can talk about what's going on with whatever, and it's just like right here. And then my hope is that people at home or you guys can say, you know what? They're our friends. Like, we just want to tune in and just have a good time for an hour. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
We may address it, we may not, but whatever it is, it's a safe space for you to just let go and have a good time for a bit.
And we need joy and optimism in this world more than ever.
And inclusivity, and y'all are great at that as well.
We hope,
Yeah.
right? We want a place where people can come and feel better when they leave.
Yeah, for sure. Who are like your dream guests as a team?
Well, we have a full, like, Mount Rushmore.
Mount
Like, this is
Rushmore.
unrealistic, but maybe if we say it, it will come
Not
true.
unrealistic.
No, it's not unrealistic.
I'm not unrealistic.
What you think about, you bring about. That's what I used to say.
Okay,
when I
what
was a
you
kid.
think about, bring about.
What's the
Okay,
vision
great.
board?
I'm
What's the
thinking
vision
about,
board?
I'm closing my eyes and I'm thinking about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not out of reach. No, that's not out of reach.
It's a little out of
a
reach.
little?
Now, who are you
She's
closing
cool.
your eyes?
She'd show up.
Yeah, okay, and so for me, it is Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't do interviews often. No.
But have you seen Sheinelle?
I saw it. Are you talking about the white? Is it the white? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the white horse and everything.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So I feel like if anybody's gonna get the interview,
I think that deserves
I mean,
the interview.
that's a 411 tribute to Beyonce.
Yeah. No,
But honestly, it was one of those things where I wanted it to be kind of like a love letter to Beyonce. So many of us play our music, whether we want it to be hyped up or if we're sad, or sometimes if I go exercising, I'll crank it up. So I just wanted her to know there's so many of us that are like, we root for her and we love her. And so that was today's show, Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, well done.
Yes.
Secondly, she's Texan. You've got an in there too.
Yes.
There you go.
I think what's cool about that one too, both are awesome, but she doesn't do interviews a lot. So that would actually be really cool to be able to dive in.
Yeah, and it wouldn't just be
Cross your
fangirl.
fingers.
It wouldn't just be fangirl. I think the
No,
beautiful
she's a very
part.
powerful, strong
Correct.
woman who has like paved the way for a lot of people, and she's done a
Exactly.
lot of different things that people don't do.
Right, and I feel like there's a story for all of us. There's stories to share, wisdom to give, and so I'm here for it.
I think people that don't do interviews like that, maybe sometimes if they feel comfortable in the environment and they're, because she's also from the generation of, we're from the generation of they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
Like when we started out, every interview you would do was a shadow box. It was a dance.
You're
of
right.
Like, man, they're just trying to trap me or twist what I say. Or,
You're right. I used to watch
And
old
so a lot
interviews
of
and you
people-
cringe.
No, a lot of people, and then people would say some really uncomfortable, inappropriate things. And like, so I think a lot of people from our generation, we're from a time where it's like, you know what, I'd rather just not do it because it's not fun.
What's the
So if
upside?
they feel safe in it and they know it's not gonna be a getcha.
And that it's a win for everybody.
Yeah,
I think so too. And I do think that can be, that's one of our superpowers. When you sit down with the two of us, we're just here to just, I always say, for my light in me to dance with the light in you. Like, let's just
we're
chat.
not, that would never be our, because I've been on the other end of the gotcha.
That's true.
Oh, we've all been there.
We were there.
Yeah.
So that's not our vibe.
No, that's not mine at all. It's uncomfortable for me too.
Yeah.
We are back with Jenna Bush, Hager, and Sheinelle Jones. Y'all give it up. Together they host Today with Jenna and Sheinelle every weekday on NBC. While Sheinelle is starting a new chapter with Jenna right now, and exciting things, are afoot. Last year was a pretty hard one for her. She lost her husband to brain cancer in May. How's your family doing? How are your kids doing? How you
Thank
doing?
you for asking. It was brutal, to say the least. I have to tell you, before I came back to work, in my lowest moments, I remember wondering if I would be able to smile again, or would I be happy again?
Or would it be a truthful smile?
Correct. Would things make me laugh? Because I kind of feel like that's who I am for the most part, right? Like, I like to laugh, I like to have a good time, and I was worried that that was would be lost.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I came back, I realized this is also a love of mine, what I do and connecting with people. And I remember I did a sit-down interview with Savannah, and I poured my heart out, left it all on the dance floor, and it was tough. But what I received back in return was 80-fold. I think I completely underestimated what people are holding, whether it's grief or sadness. We all have stuff. And I think when you can be honest about your stuff, people feel like, you know what? If she can get up in the morning and she can push through grief and do whatever she has to do, get her kids to school, dinner on the table, all the things, and still show up, maybe I can too.
Yeah.
And that's what I've heard from people. And so sometimes there are days where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, but I think about that person. I think about the girl that was me sitting in a hospital room at times, or the kids who see me and I want them to see me getting up. You know what I mean? And so for me, this has become part of my reason why. Why I want to get up is to connect with you guys and connect with people at home. And to show my kids that, you know what, there's still life to live.
Yeah.
We're not moving on, but we're moving forward with him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my why now.
That's beautiful. That's the hardest part, is being the mom in this situation and like looking at them going, okay. Because everybody handles it differently.
It's literally when you're by yourself and you close your bedroom door and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially when everything is still.
Yeah.
You know, and you're on your own with your own thoughts. It's like, okay, who do I want to be? And I've said this. It's like, okay, the woman that I want to be would get up. She would get out of bed, she would show up, she would take on new opportunities, new shows, show her kids that there are still things to live for, like all of those things.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And she does it every day.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to witness, for sure.
I've definitely been thinking about you. You have a book about family, and it's out in April.
It's so, yes.
Through Mom's Eyes,
it's
right?
It's called Through Mom's Eyes. Have you ever had a guest, Kelly? They come on the show and you're just like, I like them. Like, they're just so nice.
Couldn't it be weird right now if I was like, no?
No. Actually, that happened.
No.
So far, I never have
So
done
far, it's not happened yet.
And so the truth of the matter is, when I was new at the Today Show, like, people would come in, and while everybody's looking at the celebrity themselves, which is fine, I'm like, what did their mother feed them? Or like, why are they so great?
Oh,
you
I've
know?
seen you do. Yes,
and
you did.
so I started interviewing the moms of people we admire. Like Steph Curry's mom was my first yes. Then Shaq's mom, then Lady Gaga's mom, then Lin-Manuel Miranda. I mean, the list went on and on and on. And after like 20 women, I just felt like I was journaling and writing so much about what I was learning from them that I wanted to share it with the class.
It's interesting.
The most rewarding thing I have ever done. And who would have thought, quite frankly, when I started writing it, I'm writing about motherhood, that I would be challenged in the deepest way. It was while I was writing it that this all happened. So.
Ooh, see, I don't believe in that being, that's not a coincidence. I think that everything happens for a reason.
Right. And the women ended up, to me, pouring into me in ways that I didn't know they would.
And
that
also
I would
that you would need.
And so I can't wait to share it with you guys. You can pre-order it now. It comes out April 14th. And so now, and I also, I lost my grandmother, and she's a large part of this book. And so it just feels like two people who were so important in my life, and part of the reason why I believe I'm here. Like, I have Earth Angels, I have Guardian Angels now.
Yeah.
And so this book means a lot.
Yeah.
I like poured it all into the book.
I think it's going to mean a lot to a lot of people.
I hope so.
Yeah, the ripple effect will be beautiful.
I hope so.
What lessons do you hope that your kids learn from you? Not, because I know there's plenty of things I hope my kids don't learn from me.
Let's hope they don't look at pictures from the early aughts on the internet.
Well, see, here's the thing. We were joking about spring break. You know what I mean? This is almost spring break time.
Yeah.
We were talking about what we did on spring break. 20/20 hindsight, I would tell I may not tell her to go to the clubs or the bars that you went to, but like.
No, don't tell her not tell her not to do what I did.
You know what, ma'am? You turned out great.
Exactly.
You baked
But
just
actually,
fine.
you know what? Actually, for
to live.
real, I'm so lucky that I had parents that allowed us not to be perfect, because we're not.
Yeah.
Allowed us to make mistakes. And I just want, like, wonderful, kind kids.
Yeah.
And I'll throw in resilient, because I've had to be, right?
Yeah.
And I want them to be able to sit next to somebody and just do this and have a conversation and be curious and be able to talk back to someone.
And be comfortable in that curiosity and that vulnerability.
Yes.
That's our dream.
We talked about publishing books last time that you were here. You're really into this, and you're crushing it, by the way.
Thank you.
But now you're doing adaptation. You're doing screen stuff as well. On the screen.
Yeah, we have a show called Protection that hopefully you'll see on NBC.
Yeah.
And it's actually based off of protective units, but some of my experience with Secret Service, who, now that I'm a full-grown adult, realize they sacrificed a lot to hang out with my family and me, and it's, I think, a tribute to them, but it's a mystery and it's fun. And I never hooked up with my Secret Service man.
Missed opportunities. That's what
I should have done
that
it.
could be your next book. Missed opportunities.
I never hooked up with my Secret Service man and other regrets. By Jenna
And other regrets. No,
Just kidding.
We're kidding. We're kidding. No, but that is kind of cool. Not many people have that intel.
No, I know.
Yeah,
It'll be really, I think
yeah.
it'll be really fun. Think like Scandal meets 6 Feet Under.
Okay.
So it's,
What a good sell.
I think
yeah.
it'll be really fun.
Okay. And it's because you say yes to things.
Say yes. Everybody say yes.
Unless they say no, then they mean no.
Unless you want to say no.
Unless you want to say no.
Then go
and you
ahead and say no.
How about two new opportunities? How about that?
All right, it's great to see you both. Congrats.
Thank
I'm glad
you.
like it's settled now. We've got like
It's settled.
We got
I'm
a
in
team,
committed
y'all.
relationship.
You can catch Today with Jenna and Sheinelle every weekday on NBC. Sheinelle's book, Through Mom's Eyes, is out April 14th. And be sure to check out Jenna's book club, y'all. Read with Jenna for all of her picks and future shows, possibly.